Good howdy, folks. Welcome back to another James Blackburn experience. Thanks a lot for tuning back in. Much appreciated. Today, I'm going to show you some highlights of the last couple of days that I did the 48-hour film fest for the horror festival that they have. It was pretty intense. 48 hours. I worked about 40 of those hours, I believe. So it was very intense, but we're going to show you some of the highlights of a couple days of filming, and then I'll talk a little bit about editing, but appreciate it. Here we go. So the event began down at a building here, as you can see, and I met up with Jason. He was my team leader and co-creator of this show. And when we got there, they had these two wonderful people do some announcing, and they talked about what the rules were and where you needed to go to turn it in, as well as the genre that you were going to pick. So Jason went up and picked ours, and this is what we got.
Serial killer or holiday horror film.
So you pick one piece of paper out of there. It has two genres on it, and then you have to pick which one of the two you want to make. And these are all subgenres of horror movies. We got serial killer, obviously. They also give you a character and line of dialogue that you have to have in there in a prop, and then they let you go and everybody takes off all at once. First thing that happens is you go back and you take your genre and the prop and the character and the line of dialogue, and you figure out how to fit that into a story. Then you start discussing which story you think might work, which story might not work, and we went through several incarnations before we got the final finished product and printed up the scripts here. It was about 1 a.m. on Friday night when we finished, and then the next morning we were up early, about 5 a.m. We got back to the set area about 6:30, 6:45, and got to enjoy a beautiful sunrise, obviously, which I got to film with my camera, and we got some of those shots in the movie. And then here you can see a fake body and some work going on. There was a lot of teamwork on this set. Everybody did a great job. Now here's Jason doing some makeup on Dave Height. He's an actor friend of mine who did a wonderful job on this. I mean, he sold it. He sold the torture scene that we have in here and the craziness. And now here they're rigging up the fake leg that we have because, well, I can't tell you too much about it, but there's a fake leg in there for a reason. One of our other actresses here, Iris, she's kind of doing a little rehearsal with Jason, who's directing Royd. Royd was one of our lead actors. That's him with the checkered shirt on there. And these are some awesome storyboards that Javon Campisi drew up for us to help us have like a basic foundation of something to follow when we're out on set. So he drew these up Friday night while we were writing the script together, the three of us. And here is Denny and Javon. Denny was also camera on the movie. And they're here getting some shots together of a different scene, obviously. And this is Carmen here. She did a wonderful job on acting as well. A little moment here of prepping some fake blood. And Carmen again with Jason, and that was her getting wrapped. And fast forward to later in the day when we're prepping some stuff for another scene. Obviously this somewhat self-explanatory, but I can't really tell you in the movie what it is. And yes, the fake blood was edible. It was not harmful for you at all. That was Braden. He did a great job prepping all this stuff for us, as well as acting on it for us and playing a part. And we had a good time here. There's a few little behind the scenes moments for you of what it's like to be on a movie. This was Pickles the Pig, also a guest star in our film. Can't tell you too much about how Pickles guest starred, but definitely in the movie. I have to say everybody here did great. Iris was a wonderful actress. She did awesome. And then the entire crew was wonderful. Good teamwork. Everybody helped out on catering, and it was just a wonderful environment where we all lifted each other up. And then we got to the editing, and that was where it took me the most time. The editing was the biggest chunk probably for me. We did have about a 13-hour shoot day on Saturday, and then Sunday had to go pick up a shot and reshoot a whole scene. However, I didn't go help shoot it. I stayed here and edited the entire time. But it worked out well. We got the movie in on time. It was a wonderful family team environment. I gotta thank everybody involved on this. You were all wonderful. professionals. I would recommend to work with any of you anytime. Much, much appreciated. And now the editing real quick, and I'll wrap up this video for you. Boy, that was hard. The editing started Friday night about 8:30, went till 3:30 in the morning. Then I slept 3 hours and got back up and continued editing from about 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 that night. Probably a full 10 hours on Sunday of just straight editing, and I got it done, and I think it came out pretty good. I hope everybody enjoys it. Like I said, it couldn't be done without an entire team of wonderful people. So tune in back soon, and I'll share a link as soon as I can once we can share the movie online. Alright folks, well, appreciate y'all watching that. Had a lot of fun over the last couple days working with those great folks, and now we'll see how it does at the film festival here in a week or so. But appreciate y'all watching. As usual, click the like button, subscribe for the latest content, and love, and hate. Take care of each other.